So today we're going to look at how to get new citizens into our town, but also how to get citizens that have the best stats, because the ones that you get naturally in the game, which are the ones that just turn up at your town hall, and also the babies that you'll get that are born into your town, usually have pretty rubbish stats in comparison to the ones I'm going to show you how to get today. So we're going to jump straight into how to do this, and we'll talk through obviously how to get these new citizens in and raise their stats and all that good stuff. So the first thing to do is to make up a tavern block, which looks a little bit like this. You need to make up a barrel like this, different recipes for that, but then you can make up a tavern. So let's go ahead and do that. So basically what the tavern is it's a building where citizens will just randomly show up at your town. But the good thing about them is when they do show up, they will have really, really good stats. So you can actually get them to be much more productive than the citizens that you'll just get naturally, as I said before. So it's definitely a good idea to do this early on in the game, because then your colony is getting citizens working on it that have much better stats right from the very start. And obviously that's a preferable thing, rather than spending all your time training up other citizens that have poor stats in certain jobs and it taking longer to get resources and build buildings. So I think the tavern will look really nice about here. So we'll have to move some of this stuff and what have you, but basically we've got the builder's hut here, and we saw how that looked in the previous episode when it gets to level 5, so it doesn't look like much at the moment, but it will look good. I think the tavern will be another nice building here, and what we're building up with the ship that we have right here is like a nice little piratey port, and given that we're going for a pirate themed town, that sounds pretty good to me. So let's go ahead and just plonk this down somewhere, and then we'll have to move it around as always. So we're going to come back out here. I'm going to click this button to get rid of those brown things because they just annoy me a little bit. Let's go to tavern. Now I want to see how it's going to look at the max level, which for the tavern is actually level 3. So a lot of buildings, the max level is level 5. For the tavern, it is level 3. So let's play around with a few of these. So I've gone to the medieval dark oak, and honestly, I think this is going to take some beating. I think what I want to do is bring it out here like this to start off with, just because those trees are getting in the way a little bit and it's hard to see exactly how the building is going to look. Now, obviously this right here, this is all basement stuff, which actually is pretty cool. I haven't seen that, but that's looking really nice. But this right here at the top is obviously what will be seen. And I think, the fact that we're trying to build this piratey port, this medieval dark oak will be hard to beat, but we will try some others. Let's see, maybe, I think I want to keep it dark. Medieval spruce does look cool, actually. You know what, that might rival it, because I do want to have some different wood types as well. Is there anything else that is better? So a nice feature they added in is when this building here gets close enough to this building here that's next to it, it actually shows this building at level 5. I really like that, because that's basically how I like to plan my town, is how everything will look when it's completed. So what I want to do now is just see which one is going to look best. So this is the medieval dark oak, which looks okay, but I think medieval spruce is going to look better. Let's just scroll down there. Yeah, it's just got the same colors and things. Similar sort of color scheme. I'm guessing this must have been a medieval spruce build as well then, perhaps, although no, it wasn't. Do you know what it is? It's the tiles on the roof. For the medieval spruce, the tiles here are the same as here. The wood is a little different. Whereas if we go down to the medieval dark oak, you can see there the tiles just change color. Now, I'm not adverse to having some different colors and things, but I do think the medieval spruce is going to look better for here. So let's line that one up. Now, we do want things to be quite compact because I've only got a small island to build on, and I actually think it fits the piratey theme as well. The other thing is I think I want buildings offset a little bit. I don't want this to be like perfectly lined up like that, with the edge of one building being the start of the next, so to speak. If we come back here, they're not as deep as each other, so that's kind of good as well. But let's just have a look back around the front here, and I think for the tavern, let's go back maybe one sit there drinking, I suppose. In here, we got the double bed. So if you bring in your partner, there we go. You guys could go in there, and then just the same room over here, just a single one. But this one has 2 barrels, so that's for the alcoholics among you, I suppose. But yeah, really nice build. We'll just try and get out of here. That's what I was trying to do. Give a bit more of an overview. It looks really cool, and obviously very, very useful as well for getting those citizens with better stats. Now, talking about the stats, let's go over here a second and just go up to this guy here who just appeared in our town naturally. And if we go, okay, yep, that's fine. I don't care. You're upset about things. But these are his stats. And as you can see here, the numbers are so much lower than the citizens who turn up. So although you do have to recruit them, and the things that they ask for can be different each time. So for Hector here, as we said, it was 5 cake, but it can be different things. To recruit them, by the way, I just have to get the 5 cake in my inventory and then right click and hit recruit, and that would work. But here we go. You can see here a huge difference, and this means that we're able to get people here who are going to be much better workers for our town. So we just had another citizen arrive here at the tavern, and I want to see what this person's all about. This is Aviana. So 9 sunflowers. It's not too expensive. Not going to pay that for those stats though. So you will get a variety of different types of stats with each citizen who turns up, and obviously it's up to you if you hire them or not. And as you expand the tavern and get it to obviously increase the level to level 2 and level 3, then you will get better and better citizens arriving. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is if we go into the tavern here, you'll see you can actually assign citizens. So this is a really useful thing to do because early game, 4 citizens is the number you can assign here. And that's how many citizens you will have in your town right from the start. So when you make your town hall, of course, 4 citizens turn up. By housing them all in the tavern, you're basically going to be making them happy in terms of the housing arrangement that they have for the town. So what I mean by that is they won't be unhappy in your town hall. Happiness won't be reduced by the fact that you don't have housing. Now, the other thing to mention is about raids, which start, I believe, once you have 5 or more citizens. So at the moment, with these citizens in here, before we actually recruit them, they don't add to your population. But if you have 4 citizens already, as soon as you hire somebody, of course, it is going to go up to 5. And at that stage, you will then be susceptible to raids. So the way around that, I believe, and I'm going to test this out together here on camera today, is to kill one of these citizens, then immediately hire one of these guys. So I know that Hector wants 5 cakes, so I'm going to go ahead, make up 5 cakes for him, and see if this actually works. Okay, so as you can see, I have the 5 cake on me, and I'm going to need to kill a citizen. Now, what we're going to do here is if I try to hit Zane, you'll see nothing actually happens. What we can do, though, is just set him on fire, just like this, there we go, and do that until he dies. So that's the way, a little bit gruesome, and obviously this isn't ideal because when you kill citizens, it's not like a good thing for them, for your town's overall happiness and such. And that's why I like to do this early game to get these guys killed off so that we hire in the new people who have much better skills and stuff like that early on, rather than it affecting things too much later on into the game. You can sort of get away with a bit of unhappiness and such early on in the game, a bit better than later. Okay, there's a gravestone over there, which we're going to come back to, but I want to hire, let's see, where is he? Hector here. So recruit, boom, there we go. So your colony does not have enough space to house another citizen. Okay, interesting. So does that mean that we had a 4th person turn up here? Let's go into here a second and let's have a look. If we go in here and we go to the citizens tab, now we only have 3. So I have no idea why it's doing that. But you know what it might be is if I assign 1 citizen into here, like, so if I try and recruit you right now, I'm guessing I can't. Right, no, okay. So if I go into here, assign a citizen, let's assign Chelsea for now. Then right click and recruit you. It's still not working. That's interesting, saying it doesn't have enough space. Now that citizen who died, let's go over to his grave and check this out, see if there's anything to do here. Okay, so that just keeps his items and stuff, but he's not still in the town. So I'm really not sure exactly why this is happening in the way that it is. Okay, the next thing I'm going to try here is assigning the other citizens here. So we've assigned all of those. We can assign 1 more. So now when I go recruit, still saying it doesn't have enough space to house another citizen. So the next thing I'm going to try then is we're going to build a house. So I'm going to get the builder to build us a house somewhere and see if that works. We may have to kill another citizen after that's over, but let's test this out together and see if this is the way to do this. I almost forgot, but we have our Illuminati pet that we were going to do each episode. So last episode we of course got the boomerang. Let's see what random item we get this time. Emerald confirmed, it said. I got an emerald. Okay. It's not bad. It's something. I mean, yeah, all right, that's what we got. That's what it is. I guess thanks for that. So we can see here the recipe for the house in MineColonies is just like this. So we're going to add that one in there and make that up. Quite nice they've actually changed the name of it to house now, because it used to be Citizen's Hut. And that just steal my builder's wand, I think it might have done, or my builder tool. Let's see, build. Yep, there we go. There's 2 in here. Okay, did not know that. So now we just need to find a little place for it. I was going to say a home for it, but then I was like, find a home for my home. That doesn't sound good. So looking at our town here, in terms of the houses, you generally want them to be near where people are going to be working. And, you know, maybe just like down around here, we could have like a few houses and other things going on. We've, of course, already got our builder's hut here. So this would be a great house for the builder to live in, and maybe 1 or 2 other things. Now, ideally, I don't want to move this. So this right here, as you see there, leaf cutter anthill, it says in the top left. And we get ants who come in and out of here, and they go and get leaves, and they bring them back to here, which can be a little annoying at times if you're trying to keep the leaves, because they will steal them. But let me try and find one and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a fellow right here, a little ant. We have a few ant hills on this island here. Of course, this is part of the mobs, it's Alex's mobs, and here he goes. I don't know, he's off to find a leaf. Down here, we have some, is it seals and otters and things? Whatever that is, capuchin monkeys. So the town really is alive with life. Here we go. Here's another one of the ant hills over here. We also have some gorillas nearby. Here we go. Here's some gorillas. And there's some baby gorillas earlier, but they may have grown up. There's a gorilla right there. And you can actually give those bananas, and when you feed them enough, they become tame, and they'll actually then protect you in the same way that dogs do in ordinary Minecraft, like the wolves and things. Here's another ant. Here's a lazy ant, just stood still. This one's also stood still. Is my game crashing, or are these just being lazy? I think they're just being lazy. Anyway, I digress, but I do want to show you some of the other mods and things that we're playing with in here, as well as the MineColonies stuff, because obviously on this server of mine, we are using the Kysen pack thing that I made, and there's a lot of things going on. So Citizen, anyway, let's get on to this. Let's make it to level 5. Medieval Dark Oak Alternative is a great place to start, because it's quite potentially what we'll end up using. Let's get it up in the air a bit, and let's see what it's going to look like. Just there we go, so we can have a little look around, get rid of those things. Okay, pretty cool. Now let's try out a few different designs here. So maybe like this medieval oak, which actually wouldn't be terrible. Again, I do want to use different wood styles in this town. Then we've got medieval oak alternative, which is a bit rubbish for our thing. Now medieval spruce, I do like the look of that quite a lot. And nicely, the roof is a different color, but not different enough that you know, it still would blend in with what we've got here. So okay, this one, medieval spruce, is definitely a potential winner. And let's see, medieval spruce alternative, that's very nice actually with the brickwork and stuff, isn't it? A few pretty cool options in here. It's going to take me a little bit of time to think about what I want. I do like the courtyard here, the barrels and things. Do I prefer that to this? I think I do, just about. Of course, I could add barrels to this if I really wanted to. You know, you can make it your own. The thing I'm not sold on is this clay stuff here. If we go on to this one, it's better with the brickwork, I think, and the chimney and stuff. Let's go for this one. Let's do that. So let's see. We want to get this down on the floor here somewhere. So let's bring it back down like this. And we want to get it away from the anthill. They're going to live near an anthill, I guess. So we'll put that over there. Now, in terms of the direction it's facing, is this a good idea? I suppose it is, because I do want to have a good view from like over here. I sort of sometimes wish you could do it diagonally, because you can only do like the 4 different directions, but I guess this is as good a spot as any. Let's move it back here a little bit and I'll get it into position. Okay, so there we can see the town hall finishes just a couple blocks behind this bush here by the looks of it. Looks like it comes up to about here, right? So let's move this house until it's definitely away from here enough, like this. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. It's trying to get everything obviously in the right spot for now and also later on. So now that we're in this spot right here, I think we can come a couple more this way, hit a tick, and we're going to build it there. So once again, I'll clear all this land out and we'll do a little time lapse of the house being built at level 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have house. We have our first little house here, and it's quite nice. You know, it's for a level 1. I think it's pretty nice. Got a little chimney going, which always makes me happy. A little bit of smoke and stuff, and you know, the little thatch roof here and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty cool. I wanted to see, like, if I'm over here, you can't really see it just yet. Obviously, level 5 you will. Chelsea is just stood on the roof. You know, in fact, I asked her how much it would cost to build the roof, and she said nothing. It's on the house. Aha! Oh yeah, dad jokes being worked in, guys. It's got to happen. So let's do the F1 mode thing here and have a little look at it. So this is a little hut here with chair and table. This is very basic living. Right here we have chair, we have table, we have torch. This is the activity center of the medieval times, right? That's level 1, medieval times. I'm making stuff up as I go along. Oh, there's a fly in here. Okay, that would do my head in. You know what? I'm gonna save the people that have to live in this house by killing fly. Goodbye, fly. You shall fly no more. Okay, so we have in here, this is the bedroom, and it's quite nice. Again, we've got the chimney area here, the little fireplace there, and I mean, this is a terrible fire hazard though. Only 1 meter protecting the fire from the wood. This entire house is wood. It could go up in flames at any moment. But the attention to detail is quite nice. Like these little holes here, I picture these as little shelves, and it's quite nice rather than just being a normal block. They add these things in, and to me, it does really, add to it. Got another little table and chair, obviously, with the bed and stuff. Little window out here, and big one up there and stuff, and of course the door. So yeah, don't mind it at all. I think it's a pretty nice build there for the level 1 house. Now what we wanted to do is check a few things out, right? Because the whole point of building this house was actually to test if we can assign a citizen and therefore free up some space to hire new people. So first thing is, okay, we only have 3 people in here. That's fantastic. That's what I wanted. So now I don't know if Hector is still here. So it's worth mentioning, if you don't hire these people at the tavern, they will eventually go away. Now it seems the place to be. Okay, here's Hector. Can I hire you now? You do not have the fitting. Oh wait, they're not in my inventory. Okay, but that might be the only problem. So let me go here, grab the cakes. There we go, 5 cakes for Hector. He's a hungry man. Perhaps, he's traveled a long way to get here and needs a bit of food. Literally every citizen is in the tavern. It's quite accurate, this. Okay, recruit. Yes, he's decided to stay. Okay, fantastic. So we needed to have that house space for him, and now he has decided to stay. And he's already annoyed. What's wrong with you? He wants a restaurant. He wants something to eat. Yeah, I'll work on it. And, I actually will work on that because he, you know what? You can have some pizza, Hector, because you're kind of special. We want you to be looked after. Have my pizzas. There we go. Now he's going to eat away. So hopefully when he has the pizza, that should restore, loads of hunger all in one go. So oh, what am I doing here? Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. Can I get out? Okay, I think we accidentally were looking at this person. So this will be an ongoing thing. I'll keep looking at citizens here, and when they have stats that I think are worth the price, we'll certainly look to get those in. Oh, I'm still doing my time lapse. Okay, stop recording. That's why that recording thing was there. Apologies for that. That's why we had the time lapse. So what we're able to do here, the whole point of this is that now on the citizens thing, Hector's part of this, but we have 4 citizens and we will not get any new citizens in here. I don't want 5 because that's when the raids start and I'm not quite ready for that. What I want to have is 4 really good citizens. So I'll now be going through a process and it might take, a little bit of time because I'm waiting to get the right citizens at the right price from the tavern, but I'll essentially be killing off all the citizens that I started with and replacing them all with these citizens here in order that I'll have the better stats for a faster building town and just better citizens really as we go forwards. Now it is worth mentioning a couple of things. Okay, so first of all, with the citizens, you can increase their stats in different ways. So later on, we'll get into things like the university to raise the stats of citizens through the university, the library, and also schools, which will raise the stats of children. This being said, if you raise a child in your colony, its stats are going to be pretty poor. So because of that, it is still better to hire them from the tavern, especially early game, because raising them up that way, it costs a lot of time and whatever for them to grow up and go to school, and the stats they get aren't really worth it. So the dad jokes are of course coming, but today's episode was really just about making another little bit of progress on our town, which when you look at it from up here is actually starting to come along rather nicely, albeit at the level 1. Of course, we'll be expanding this throughout, and that'll be done both on live streams and here on videos. If you guys want to catch those, then be sure to subscribe and like for more. But for now, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Broken guitar for sale, no strings attached. Did you hear about the anxious seamstress? She's on pins and needles. Did you hear about the group of babies that formed a gang? They just hang out in their crib. Hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed away. Did you know there's a rumor going around about butter, but I'm not going to spread it.